Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So today's conversation, it's Friday's Soul Food Top Up. And my thoughts today are running towards how do we work together? How do we co-create this new world that we're entering into? How do we do that? How do I work with you? How do you work with me? How do we co-create together? So today's conversation inspired from the soul is about how do we do that. So one of the ways that I think is that many of us are doing things alone. Many of us have been used to doing things alone. We've not really been used to working together. And I'm speaking about my own experience and the experience of many other people that I've spoken with over the years is that we're so used to being in separation, in doing things in isolation. And so we have to learn a new way. We have to learn how to do it. Surely we have to do that. Surely we have to work out how do we come together to find out what our needs are. Our world has changed. How do we navigate our way through the next steps? So here in the UK, we've been closed down for another 3 weeks in quarantine. And that's just going to be the minimum. And my mind goes to, right, okay, so what's this phase, this next phase that we're going through as a collective, not just in the UK, but globally. And then I saw a post that talked about spiritual businesses. Now, I've always had an issue around spiritual business because I believe business is busyness. And spiritual and busyness doesn't really go together because for me, spiritual is about being true to yourself. It's about being authentic. It's about being present. And busyness is far from being present. So I've not quite worked out the wording other than being, busyness is like a busy bee. So it's about being, spiritually being, and creating balance in all aspects of our lives. That's what I see as being a spiritual business. So, in light of that, I put out a question to ask what is your spiritual business? What's your spiritual practice that you want to bring into this new way of being, this new world that we're creating? What is your practice? What's your gifts, your skills that maybe you've got that you've never really expressed before, that you've always felt people didn't understand? You've often done it on your own without other people. What is it that you're ushering into our world, our new world, that you've kept hidden? Because what I'm trying to do in asking these questions is really bringing out of me what is it that I do to be? What have I been doing working towards being? That's the skills that I bring to this community. And it's just dawning on me now. Yet again, it's kind of like on a need to know basis that I've got some gifts that were pre this life. And my job has been trying to create a balance of trying to bring these two things close together, that this knowledge of these tools and how are they vibrating in the world. And what I've found is that a lot of people haven't quite understood the tools, myself included. But now we're at a stage of my tools are ready to be gifted. So these were always gifts back to humanity, but humanity wasn't quite ready to receive the gifts. Our knowledge wasn't quite there. Our pain and suffering enough to let go and say, right, that's it. The resistance was still too strong. The resistance is less now. And so these tools are beginning to become recognized, and they are a bridge to transit from there to help us to move over. So with that being in mind, I'm wanting to find out what spiritual practices and businesses have people got in their hearts, in their souls that they're ushering into this new world, because many people think that they are not the ones. They think, oh, my idea it's not really, it's just an idea. No, that idea could be what transforms our world. So this is a place to be able to really step into the I am presence, which is about really recognizing the truth of who you are. There's a bridge for us to get there, and that's what the tools help us to do, is to really step into or sit into that feeling of, who am I and what am I bringing to this world? It doesn't come from the head. So we have to step into a place of our heart. So we take a gradual step of these layers. And that is what I'm wanting to teach. That's what I'm teaching, is how do we shift those layers? The tools are already there. So I'm kind of like going back a little bit and saying, okay, so if you've got something that you've got as an idea or something that you've been working on, let's find out what it is. Let's see what strategies that we're using, what tools are we using that are all the same. So my proposal is that I'm going to be, over the next however many weeks, I don't know, or days, I'm going to be putting together some little mini workshops. If I can do mini, the intention is to be transparent, actually. So the transparency hopefully is going to help to inspire you to either start something that you've never done before, maybe start from scratch, or to enhance what you're currently doing, to include some of these strategies to help you along the way. So that's the goal. The goal is to record the steps. Now, this is going to be a challenge because I have very slow internet and computer. We don't let that bother us. And so, but the intention is to actually film the steps of how to do it, because many people, I've just looked at a video ad, an ad on Facebook as an example. And to see that ad looks so professional and so kind of like, wow, this is brilliant. But I've never done that before. And I'm kind of like, okay, I want to do that. And I've got a conversation in an hour with a friend to maybe look at how to do that. So this is a time to start really being creative and learn some new skills. But learning those skills, the good thing about the internet is when you learn something, it's like a building block on building the foundations of how to do this online stuff. And those are the kind of skills we can share with each other. So we all don't have to do the same things. We just have to maybe be expert in one. And that's the power of working together. That when there's more than one person working on something that's going to benefit so many people, it's so powerful, because the spark of ideas that come from having a conversation is incredible. It can just accelerate you, me, so much. Actually, you, me, our universe, so much. So if you're interested in helping to share your stories around how you're building your spiritual practice, your spiritual business, how you're living in alignment, in more of alignment to who you are, then do either comment below or message me in Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitter. God, I feel really glad. I'm really glad saying all those, because that's what it's about. It's about, if you've got a message for humanity, then it's so important to get your message out there in as many avenues. And I know I've just mentioned some of the popular ones. There's so many more that we could be on. But, you know, what about coming together and sharing how to set up LinkedIn, how to set up an Instagram? Because, I mean, I've set all these things up, but I'm not necessarily active in every single one of them. But I'm starting to build the foundations that it's kind of like, it doesn't matter even if you're on one, then it's like, okay, how can you monopolize by expanding that by just clicking a button? So if that's sounding like you, I'm going to be covering, just so that you know, I'm going to put this in the description if I can remember, I'm going to be covering how to do a Facebook ad. It's like, oh my gosh, are you going to do that? Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to how to do a Facebook ad. And the reasons for doing a Facebook ad is to reach more people. It's okay doing social media and doing free advertising or free marketing or word of mouth. But right now, there's a lot of noise that people are trying to listen to, and it's overwhelming because it's mixed with uncertainty and fear and the unknown. So a lot of people aren't taking action because they've become numb, you know, which is a bit of a sign for us of where our imbalances are. But it's not for me to say, you know, it's about how do we get back into our truth? How do we step back into our true self? And that's not always so easy to do, especially if you're in your own mind. So the Facebook ads are really to attract people, to really reach out to, if people are online, and I know there's more people online than ever before, that it's about reaching out to people where they're at. So I'm going to be doing a Facebook ad and or Facebook ads, and also as well it becomes more predictable. I am actually really not busy at this moment in time. Can you believe it's kind of, I'm actually taking a rest in this space, even though I'm not, because I'm doing a lot of website stuff, but I enjoy doing things like that. But in terms of interactions with people, it's not something that I'm actively busy with, because I do want to create this community where many people come together as opposed to just one or two. Because as many of you know, I'm recovering from a throat. My throat often goes, and I know I have to be smart with my voice. So the workshops are going to be around setting up a Facebook ad. They're going to be around developing a website, and I've got a really cool free funnel, what they call a funnel builder. And it's also going to be about developing a webinar, and speaking upon camera is also another one that is just going to be there. And anything else that anybody else wants, how to set a website up, a landing page, an email service in terms of an email sequence. These are all the things that I've been wanting to work on, that they're all sat there waiting. It's just nicer when you do it together. And maybe, you know, we can do these trainings together with different people that want specific things. We can record them and then put them up on YouTube or something like that, so that people can access those and learn how to do specific tasks. So it's about how do we break down these specific tasks so that by the end of quarantine, we've actually got a little structure of our businesses. And maybe you've already done this and you want to come and share. Absolutely fantastic. So if you've got any skills online for building a business online or building a presence online, you're an expert in WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook, whatever it is, Twitter, marketing ads, then come and share the love, come and share how you've done it, so that we can sit and maybe have a conversation, a bit of an interview, and actually do practical workshops of showing people how to, so that we create this little library of how to do a how to. That's my gift for today of Soul Food Top Up. I really hope that you are doing well, and I thank everybody for the contributions. I've been putting some little questions up in the messenger, and it's great to receive people's responses. And so I thank you, James, for benevolence, because I think right now that's a space that many of us need to be in, isn't it? That place of how do we offer kindness to people in our current climate. And let's hope that we do more of how to. I did want to, I don't know if this will just dilute, but I was going to say today is a blue day, so which is why the new headband that's been crocheted, this has been my gift to myself for the quarantine, is to make more headbands and relating to different colours of the day. So today is blue. And so what things are blue in your life what's the first thing that you see that's blue around you? So mine's my headband. But yeah, maybe each day we can share something of this colour. So anything that's blue, again, write that. If there's nothing else that you can write in the box below, then write down something that's blue in your life today. Thank you for watching, and tomorrow is Share Your News. I look forward to hearing that. Bye-bye for now.